Welcome to the podcast, Call Me Trouble. In today's episode, I would like to talk about this question that makes me feel like a deer caught in the headlights. The question that makes me dread social interactions or even avoid them. The question I have been dodging whenever I talk to my dad. It is this normal question that we all come across on a day-to-day basis. What do you do, and what are you planning to do in future? When I think about why this question makes me scared, it's just the weight of the question and the loaded expectation it comes with. Maybe we are lost, or maybe we know what to do. Maybe we have clarity about what we want to do next, but it's just that we don't want to reveal it to others. And when it comes to the loaded expectations, especially in Indian context, when elders ask me this question, what do you do? Or what are you planning to do in future? Here is how I feel about it. Is it curiosity, judgment, or are they just asking me to box me into something familiar? Because there is no perfect answer to it. And if you say I don't know, it's like, by this age, at this point, after all the education you have got, you should have known. It is this unspoken pressure of having figured things out already. They say that you should have known it already. Or, even worse, isn't it too late for you to not know about what you want to do at this point? Some people, they do ask with genuine curiosity, but most of them ask to judge. And I also get this sense that, especially when parents ask me this question, my parents and rest of the elders, I get the sense that they're only asking to either feel good or bad by comparing my answer with what their kids have been doing. So in Indian culture, I don't mean to generalize this, but there is a timeline to success. Let's say, graduate by 22, get a job by 24, get married by 26, and have kids by 28. And if we miss a step, people act like we have ruined our entire life. Here is the myth of constant productivity. That reminds me of the time when I handed over this piece of work as part of my university coursework. It was about Karl Marx's theory of alienation. When I was doing that work, this strongly stuck with me. He points out that capitalism turns humans into machines. Capitalism alienates humans from their sense of self. And also, it's interesting that how capitalism pays us only enough, just enough for us to meet our survival needs. Maybe entertainment to an extent. For example, if we work in a full-time job, we work 5 days a week and get 2 days off. And in some parts of India, there are people who work 6 days a week with only 1 day off. My parents work 6 days a week with only 1 day off. So it is like we are stuck in a job that we don't like, that we don't enjoy, that doesn't give us a sense of joy. And on our days off, we distract ourselves from the impact of that unfulfilled work. He points out that capitalism conditions us to think that our worth is dependent on how much we produce. It's like if we are not constantly working, we are wasting our life. And if we are taking a break, we are wasting our life. Taking a break does not mean we are lazy. It does not mean we are not motivated. It's just that we are not moving blindly in the wrong direction. Here is the science behind taking breaks and why our brain needs it. Have you ever felt stuck in life where we are constantly going in circles? And no matter how much of work we do, we're not making any progress. The psychologists call it the Rut Phenomenon. It happens when we are so caught up in doing, and doing that our brain stops thinking. Our brain literally stops coming up with new ideas because it's too focused on survival mode. So, when we step back from this constant work, whether it is for a few weeks or few months, our brain enters something called default mode network, DMN. This is the part of the brain that is responsible for creative problem solving and coming up with new ideas, long-term vision, and it even helps with processing our emotions. And most importantly, self-reflection. In simple terms, the best ideas, the best breakthroughs, and the biggest moments of clarity in life happen when we step back. So, it is important to step back, think, and move forward with clarity. Taking a break doesn't mean we are lost. Sometimes it also means that we are pausing to get clarity and move towards the right direction. I know what some of you might be thinking. What if I get too comfortable not doing anything? There is a huge gap between rest and avoidance. Resting is us stopping to recharge, think, get clarity, and move forward with intention. Whereas the avoidance is us running away from the problems that we don't want to face. If we are taking break, but if you're still thinking, exploring, and growing, we are on the right track. But if we are taking a break as an excuse to face our own goals, that's a different story. So let's ask ourselves, am I pausing to move forward or am I pausing to escape? With that clarity in mind, let's say I'm taking a break unapologetically because we don't need to prove anything to anyone. Here is the truth. We don't need to justify our timeline to anyone. Society has a script, but that doesn't mean we need to follow it. The world glorifies constant work, but the winners are those who take a step back, think, and move forward with purpose. Taking a break doesn't mean we are failing. Feeling lost doesn't mean we are falling behind. We are stuck, but we are also in the middle of our story. And trust me, one day, all of this makes sense. Take your time, trust your journey, and do not let anyone rush your timeline. As Case Kenny says, we are lost for now, but not forever. If any of what I said so far resonated with you, do let me know. I'm interested and curious about it. And remember, shaking up things is the only way to finding our desired path. See you next time.